What is your single biggest strength?
I'd say I'm able to forming world models. I am able to combine pieces of information from various places, and I'm able to, at least what feels like to me, put together. I'm able to put them together in what feels like to me a coherent narrative and a coherent world model. I'm sometimes able to make them put that world model to use by making concrete, verifiable predictions about the future, and those predictions have been accurate. But a lot of times, the world model is explanatory in terms of it explains behavior in the past, but not directly actionable, which is problematic. But yeah, I think just that.
What is your single biggest strength?
Trend?
Strength, your single biggest strength.
Oh, strength. My single biggest strength. I type very fast. I'm a fast typer.
Oh.
Yeah, that's probably pretty good. It helps get things done a little bit easier.
Yeah, helps with being prolific.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like an underlying factor for so many things. Getting through emails quicker.
Yeah.
It's a good strength to have. Yeah, I think that's just a main thing for now.
Yeah. What is your single biggest strength?
I think there are a few things that I've been very fortunate with. One of them is attitude towards life, a kind of adaptability and contentedness with whatever situation I'm in. I generally tend to be happy, more or less in whatever circumstances I'm in. And if I'm less happy, I basically reconfigure the situation to get happy again. So it's very easy for me to be happy, and I am generally happy. And I think that's mostly an internal thing, actually. It's mostly a matter probably of neurotransmitters and hormones and the chemistry of my brain and the chemistry of my body. And I think I just drew a lucky lottery ticket in that basically my internal thermostat is set on happy.
That sounds awesome. What is your single biggest strength?
Strength.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there is a single, there are so many. I think, I don't know, maybe I like being creative. Maybe that's one thing that is useful in our profession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your single biggest strength?
My single biggest strength. I have many.
Which one is your favorite?
My favorite. I think ruminating, like digesting stuff. I say rumination because I'm thinking of when I was a kid, we had lots of books in the restroom to read, and one of them was a book by Nietzsche, and there was something that he was saying that humans lack this faculty of ruminating, like cows. Like you get something in and you chew on it, and then you make it different, and I was thinking, oh, I'm good at that. Like getting an idea and nothing happens right away, but then you like think about it, and then after a while something like new comes out and you have really absorbed it. And there's also this French author named Paul Valéry who was saying that lion is well digested lamb. And so this idea of digestion, because often I feel like I get ideas and there's all this stuff that's happening where I'm integrating them, absorbing them, coordinating them with, I don't know, all in the back burner, and that's this back process when I'm sleeping or eating pizza or doing something unrelated, and then something new gets created, and I love that, and I think I'm good at that, like ruminating.
Yeah.
Not only in the sense of having a dark idea and staying there and just repeating the same thing and regretting, why did I buy this thing that I don't like, or beating myself up. No, I mean ruminating, like digesting, like a cow that eats grass and it just needs to spend this time in the stomach, and then you make cow muscles.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. What is your single biggest strength?
What is my single biggest strength? I think I know lots of different things.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm necessarily a deeper thinker on any one topic, but because I know many different things, I can connect them.
Yeah.
So that is, I think, in terms of my research strategy, that is, I think, the extra thing that I bring to the table relative to other colleagues. I mean, I think research is it's an ecosystem, and different people will work with different styles, and that is how it should be. But my own style is that I know lots of different things, and I can connect them.
What is your single biggest strength?
I mean, time management, I think, is one, at least, and just being reliable, I guess. I feel I'm a reliable person, and if I say I'm going to do something, I usually do it, and I find it important to do it. And so, yeah, I would say that.
Yeah. And what is your single biggest strength?
I think it's the ability to prioritize. I think that has, and having really clarity on, and with prioritization comes really clarity about the things that you value, because without that, you don't know how to prioritize things. But yeah, having a lot of clarity about about what I value, and then using that very actively to prioritize.
Yeah.
I do in my work, in my personal life, in my time management, and in a lot of spheres of my life.
Yeah. What is your single biggest strength?
Probably the time management thing. I think part of being a big part of being a successful professor or a successful researcher is not letting little things that are important slip too much, because the success of the whole endeavor rests on getting a lot of little things right. And I think it's easy to get the big things because they're impossible to forget. Your conference deadlines they're just so busy. You can't ignore that, right? You're not going to miss paper deadlines. You're probably not going to not show up for your lectures. But there's 1,000 other little things that go into the job that are tiny and easy to drop when you're busy and you feel stressed about deadlines. And I'm sure I let a lot of them drop. I'm not claiming to be perfect, but being organized and good at time management means that I don't let too many of those slip, hopefully. And I think that's why, my students tend to say that they're happy in the group they're in.
Yeah. And what is your single biggest strength?
I'm sort of embarrassed to say that, but maybe anyway. So who knows if this is right? This is like it's like an echo of an echo. I don't know if it's true, but I would like for my single biggest strength to be a certain amount of kind of creativity and insight, and then I'd like to have some drive mixed in there too. I think I could use more drive.
Yeah.
But I feel like sometimes I don't know if it's my single biggest strength, but I feel every once in a while that comes along and it saves me from from something.
What is your single biggest strength?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I think so. If I am really like focused on something, or if I want to get something done, I think, and if it is like a single thing, if there are not like multiple things that I am sort of like passionate about, if there is just one thing that I want to get done, I tend to spend a lot of energy in it, to the extent that I might sort of end up letting go of other things. So basically, I tend to focus much more on one thing, and most of the times, I end up doing a decent job.
But yeah, so you were saying if you're focused on something.
Yeah, I think if I'm focused on something and if I really want to like achieve, or like basically it is a task and I want to finish that task and I want that it ends on a positive, like the end should be positive, then I would spend a lot of time or energy in it, maybe much more than what I should be doing. But yeah, so I think the strength could be that I get really focused on one thing if it matters to me.
Yeah. What is your single biggest strength?
My single biggest strength is, I think it's developing others, developing people.
Yeah. What is your single biggest strength?
My single biggest strength is probably, and I think I was saying this to Sammy at some point, is that I think that I can work with people who other people dismiss. Well, and so then, or who other people maybe haven't seen what their strengths are or something like that. And then get their ideas to fruition in a certain way. And I think that's like a lot of things I'm proud of in my research or whatever are generally, oh my God, my dog is going crazy with so I hear this tragedy. So that's what I would say probably is just, working with being interested in a lot of different kinds of people so that you can have access to creative ideas that may be your competitive advantage, right? Like, and I'm actually not competitive at all. I just don't get motivated by competition. But that's probably I would say what it is.
Yeah.
Working with different kinds of people.
What is your single biggest strength?
I think. I think maybe like focus and determination. So I tend to be very directed in what I'm spending my time on and working on. And I try to think carefully about what my goals are, because I don't think I have as much energy or like multitasking ability as some people do. So I can only do a small number of things. And so I try to choose those things carefully. And then, but if I feel like I've chosen the right thing to spend my time on, then I'm determined to do that and to like make it successful.
Yeah. What is your single biggest strength?
I would say perseverance. I tend not to give up on things. Maybe another term my friends may use, maybe stubborn, or at least I know my family would use that because growing up I had that stubbornness, and now, right, like how to turn that perseverance into things that matter, like diversity and inclusion in the community, preventing harassment. So those are things that I hope I'll keep fighting forever.
Yeah. What is your single biggest strength?
It's a good question. I don't know that there's something intrinsic. I mean, I do train for things. So I think I'm good at staying calm in stressful situations, but I don't think it's an intrinsic quality. I think it's something that I've valued and developed over time. And the activities I do tend to give you feedback when you're not being calm in stressful situations. So if you're diving and, you know, with sharks, or you're doing martial arts or things, I think these are opportunities for you to train, and they can be helpful in other aspects of life as well. So I think that's a skill that I keep trying to work on.
Yeah. What is your single biggest strength?
My biggest strength. I am willing to jump into things where I don't really know what I'm doing, and to learn on the fly.
Yeah. What is your single biggest strength?
Single biggest strength. Never think about this. I think single biggest strength. I think I still have many imaginations. For example, when I play with the kids, I can be more into that. I love it when they kind of take their fire engine or something like that, pretend that's kind of crazy. And I feel that I still have. I know that I was like that as kids, like just playing around stuff and then just imagine the entire world. And I found that I can still do that. So it's just good to connect with kids. And I mean, in some way, this also help research as well. Like, being able to associate new things.
Yeah, and with the creativity aspect of it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.